Hello out there in TV land.
Do y'all remember that time Raven fumbled Tyler, the sweet art guy? Let's get into it. So the episode starts off with our girl Raven feeling the need to get everybody around her together. She's been watching some makeover show and now she feels the need to deliver those around her from the spirit of being raggedy. Eddie tells her, Ray, you can't go around the whole school trying to make over everybody, and she says, if not me, then who? I mean, look at these bums. They need me. Or she says something like that. Our girl Raven is on an unstoppable mission, and it doesn't just stop at the students. She's trying to make over the teachers too. She tells this teacher named Miss Ryan to take off her glasses so the guys can see her eyes. I don't know why that poor lady listened to her, but she must got astigmatism like me. It's all a blur 24/7 without my glasses. Anywho, feeling real accomplished even though she just murdered a lady, Raven says, see, everybody can use a little help. Then Chelsea looks over and she peeps this boy and she says, ooh, especially him. And I won't lie, he do look a little dusty. Eddie recognizes Lil Dusty as a dude named Tyler, and he tells Raven and Chelsea that he's super talented because he can draw real good. Raven starts sizing Tyler up and she says he's a perfect candidate for a complete Raven Extreme makeover. Chelsea says, yeah, but Ray, you can't just walk up to a guy and say, hey, can I give you a complete Raven Extreme makeover? But apparently you can.
Can I give you a complete Raven Extreme makeover?
Okay.
Now we're at Raven's house where the gang is waiting for Tyler to show up for his makeover. Raven is a little impatient and she says to Eddie, you don't think Tyler is gonna flake on us, do you? Eddie says nah, because he knows a little secret. This is when he lets Raven and Chelsea know that Tyler got his eye on a girl at school and he's hoping that this makeover will get her attention. Raven questions Eddie about who the girl is, but he says Tyler wouldn't tell him. Then Raven has a vision of Tyler showing her a little flippy book with some drawings in it, and it turns out the girl he got his eye on is her. Raven immediately tells Eddie and Chelsea, hey, we got a problem, and she tells them what she saw. Then the doorbell rings and Raven starts freaking out. She says she doesn't know what to do because Tyler is so not her type. Basically, she not attracted to him. Eddie tells Raven since Tyler is doing this whole makeover thing for her, she should set him straight right now, and Raven says he's right. So Raven invites Tyler into her house and she parks him right up in that friend zone, child. First, she inquires from him if he knows how a makeover work, and Tyler says not really. Then Raven tells him, well, a makeover is something that friends do to help their friends and only their friends. Nailing in his head that he ain't got no chance with her, so nigga don't even think about it basically. Tyler isn't slow, so he picks up on what she's putting down and he says to her, so you're saying you just want to be friends? And Raven says yes with a whole lot of enthusiasm. Tyler's dreams about him and Raven being together are basically crushed now, and they just proceed on with his makeover.
Now that we all understand each other, it's go time!
We got Raven the fashion diva, Chelsea the groomologist, and Eddie the cool consultant, and they're about to take Tyler from Steve Urkel to Stefan Urkel. And of course we get our mandatory 2000s montage. I'm just wondering who's paying for it and replacing all the shit they're throwing away. Then this man room throwing out his CDs, his skincare products, his cologne, and all his clothes. And they got him up in the mall getting all new stuff. Whose dime is this complete Raven Extreme makeover on? Then for finishing touches, Eddie teaches Tyler how to crank that soldier board and hit the Dougie. Chelsea cuts his hair, which is something I'm certain she's not qualified to do. Then it's finally the moment we've all been waiting for.
Presenting the new and improved Tyler Bailey.
And y'all, why they actually eat from the hair to the clothes? Make me over. I want to be made over. This is the face of a girl who's suddenly regretting her whole entire existence. Now Raven is looking at Tyler how I look at Jalen Hurts. Anytime I'm blessed with the opportunity to lay my eyes upon him, whew, that man is fine, but we gotta stay focused. Anyways, then Chelsea says to Raven, well, he's no Eddie, but we did a pretty good job. And Raven says he's perfect. Guess who suddenly wants Tyler? Eddie asks Tyler if he likes his new look and he says he loves it. Then he goes over to Raven and thanks her with the hug. And our girl is down horrendously bad. Now she's all over this boy's body when she didn't even want him a few hours ago. Then to make it so bad, Tyler hits Raven with it.
And don't worry, I know we're just friends.
Oh, we're just friends.
Raven gonna say something. I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Baby, I fear it's too late. Then Eddie and Tyler leave to go to the mall to try out Tyler's new look on the girls. When they're gone, Chelsea turns to Raven and she says, Ray, he totally understands the whole friends thing. You don't have to worry about him having a crush on you. And very much sick to her stomach, Raven says, yeah, Lucky me. Now we're at school the next day and the great words of Mike Jones are ringing true in Tyler's life. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Raven is walking down the hallway telling Chelsea about how much she feels like she blew it with Tyler. She says who would have known that under all that paint and hair that there was a really sweet guy.
Yeah, that must be really hot. Yeah, smoking.
Then Raven looks over and peeps some girl she calls Picky Vicky all in Tyler's face. She says, look, I did so good with Tyler that even this hoe in his face now and she never goes out with anyone. Or she said something similar to that. And I'm pretty sure Picky Vicky is played by Miguel's wife. I don't know, I just felt the need to say that. Then Eddie shows up and he confirms to Raven that Vicky and Tyler are going out tonight because they're going on a double date with him and his girlfriend Chantel. Chantel shows up and she's played by Drew Sidora. She was rarely ever on the show, but when she did show up, she was just there to eat and run Eddie's pockets, and I can't do nothing but stand my queen.
Bring your appetite.
Bring your wallet.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
Anywho, then Raven watches Tyler and Vicky walk off into the sunset and she says, man, that could have been me if I didn't have that vision and try to change the future. But no, that could have been you if you didn't judge that boy based on how he looked. He's still the same dude, he just not Lil Dusty no more. But y'all know Raven ain't never been the type to give up or let go, so she turns to Chelsea and says, wait a minute, you remember my vision? If Tyler shows me that little flippy book, that means he still likes me. She's still holding on to hope. Chelsea says, but yet he's going out with Vicky. Curious. Raven says, yeah, you're right. We have to watch this situation very carefully. So what do you think Raven is about to do? Of course, she takes her ass to them people's double date. And you know Chelsea is never too far behind her. Rewatching That's So Raven as an adult, I realized how boy crazy Raven was. I mean, the extreme she would go to when she liked somebody and thought they liked her. She would do the most, but that's a story for another day. Anyways, Raven sees Vicky and Tyler clinking their glasses together and Vicky running her fingers through his hair and her chest hurts.
They're clinking and shushing and shushing and clinking.
Now, Raven said that they were just there to keep an eye on the situation, but then her and Chelsea end up going undercover as some waitresses at the restaurant. Vicky goes in to kiss Tyler and Raven steps in like,
Not on my watch. Not on my watch. No.
Raven pulls out a gong and a fake accent, and it's giving cultural appropriation, but early 2000 Disney loved that for some reason.
Chuck chicken in the cafeteria, man. Ooh, ooh.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Anyway, she tells them people that they're seeing wrong. She says that it's supposed to be girl beside girl and boy beside boy. Then she literally drags Vicky to the other side of the table. Raven, there's no way you're doing all this behind a boy you didn't even want yesterday. There's no way. Then some dancers come out and they start belly dancing and doing some traditional stuff while Raven and Chelsea are doing the kid and play. Then the dancer grabs Eddie and starts dancing with him, but Chantel doesn't care. She's deep off in that plate.
So I sat my ass at that dinner table and I enjoyed my dinner alone and I ate and it was good.
During the midst of this, Vicky had moseyed her way back over there to where Tyler was. Then Raven gets the idea to grab him and start dancing with him, child. And it's getting messy, but I love the mess. Raven is being real petty and catty. But Vicky decides to get up and fight for her man. Her and Raven start playing tug of war over Tyler, which leads to Vicky on the floor because Raven is being real aggressive behind a man I have to keep bringing up she didn't even want 2 days ago. Raven, there's no way you're this passionate about it. Anyways, Vicky ends up with her feelings hurt and she tells Tyler that she never wants to see him again and she runs out of the restaurant and he chases behind her. Then Chelsea's messy ass says to Raven, man, do we know how to ruin a date or what? And Raven got the nerve to be sitting there looking pitiful talking about some yeah we do. Oh, is this not what you were aiming for? You did all that for what?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
Now we're at school the next day and Raven is feeling real bad about messing up Tyler's and Vicky's date as she should. She tells Chelsea that they were just supposed to go there to keep an eye on them, but her jealousy got in the way. Then Tyler appears in the hallway and Raven decides that she needs to come clean to him and apologize about what happened last night. She's better than me because that's some shit I would have taken to my grave. Anyways, Raven goes up to Tyler and she says, I'm sorry about what happened last night. And he says, oh, Eddie told you? Because he's not thinking that after Raven made it very clear clear to him that she just wanted to be friends, that she would show up to that restaurant, go undercover and ruin his date, because that would be cuckoo. But he don't know Raven Baxter like we know her. Raven says, not exactly, but before she can get the words out and confess, Tyler tells her it doesn't matter because everything worked out for the best. Then he asks Raven if he can show her something, and he pulls out that flippy book she saw in her vision. Raven immediately assumes that this is the moment that he's about to show her the drawings of herself.
I bet you drew a cute, adorable girl.
Child, Tyler starts flipping through that book and it's drawings of Vicky in there. My stomach hurts and I know Raven's does too. Tyler tells Raven that he called Vicky last night and he apologized and they ended up laughing about the whole thing, so he made that book for her. Then he says to Raven, do you think she'll like it? And I know Raven can barely breathe right now, but she still has to muster up the words to tell that boy that she thinks Vicky will love it. I would be crying by now. Then Tyler says to Raven,
so anyway, I'm glad we're friends.
Okay, now Tyler, you can get the fuck on now. Now you're just stomping on a dead body. When Tyler is gone, Chelsea walks up to Raven and asks her how did it go, like she wasn't over there ear hustling. Raven tells her that she really blew it again and she guesses that her and Tyler just weren't meant to be. But like 99% of the time, Raven's actions are the reason her visions do or don't come true. It turns out that Tyler did have a flippy book with drawings of her in there, but the only reason he didn't show it to her is because in the beginning she made it very clear that she just wanted to be friends, and that changed the whole course of things.
I guess we just weren't meant to be.
And that's basically how the episode ends, but it just be like that sometimes. You don't always get what you want in this world. Here I am living in the same timeline as Jalen Hurts and I don't get to have him.
Damn.
When I was younger, I used to feel real bad for Raven. Like this episode used to hurt my little feelings because I wanted her and Tyler to get together so bad. But now it's like, you know, it was Raven's fault. She judged the boy based on how he looked, not knowing that he was really sweet and kind, and she had to just take that L. But I'm not gonna come down too hard on Raven because I'll be naive to say that we don't live in a world where people judge people based on their physical, because we do. I've been judged on my physical. I've judged others on their physical. But if you're going to lead your life like that, you know, not giving people a chance because you don't like, because you're not attracted to them or you don't like the way they look, then you just have to accept the fact that you probably gonna miss out on some good people. And I'm not gonna say that people shouldn't be with people that they find attractive. People should be with who they want to be with. Who am I to say anything? I don't know. I'm no one. What? Now I'm confused. But that's just the world we live in. So yeah.